Alright gang, welcome back to a survival challenge here on New Frontier. It's October day 2. Rain's in the forecast here. I actually have the speed dropped way down. I need to move that back up real quick. I was doing some work this morning. It may not really look like it because there's not been a whole lot done to the field. But I wanted to do most of the field work with you here. But I've been doing a lot of other work. Specifically, woodwork. You can see we do have a little bit more money than we left off with. We're going to have a lot more money, well, hopefully a lot more money very soon. When I turn around here, you're going to see what I have done. And it may not seem like a whole lot. It really might not. But once you see one specific thing, we've purchased a new item. That's going to be very useful in the future. Well, as for now and for the upcoming future. You'll have a better idea of what I'm talking about. You'll understand. A lot of people have been asking for it. I have done it. We now have a wood trailer, a forestry trailer. I've also expanded the field out a little bit that way. As you can see, I knocked down some more trees. But if you look in the far, far distance, you can just kind of make out our wood trailer there. And you might be asking yourself, well, Z, how are you going to get logs on there? It's a great question. We cannot currently put any logs on there. Or can we? So what I've been doing is going around and getting some of these smaller trees. Some of the trees that... No, they're just now coming into sight there, into view there. Some of the trees that you can pick up by hand. I have stacked that thing pretty full. You probably could fit more on it, honestly. I'm not going to, I don't think, but we probably could put more on it. But it's stacked full with all of the trees that can be picked up by hand. Now, there are still plenty of those trees, but I kind of went in to the forest a little bit, found some of those trees, and kind of brought them out. So it has thinned out some of the forest area a little bit. I don't even know if it's noticeable or not, but to me it is a little bit noticeable over there. If you look over there, it does look a little bit thinner underneath the trees. So yeah, we've accomplished that. And I figured, you know what, that mod that came out for that trailer that we got, the one we got is an awesome mod. It wasn't too expensive. I think it was like just under $5,000, I think. Totally worth it. So we went ahead and purchased it, and eventually we're going to get enough money where we can get a front loader, and then we can start actually putting some real logs on there and taking them to the shop instead of having to take, 4 winched logs at a time. Maybe we can actually start doing, 12, 15, 20 logs at a time, which will save us gas, wear and tear, all that stuff, right? But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Our silage bales are also, I believe, ready. So it means we need to get some kind of a bale trailer. They're not cheap by any means. And if I want to put them on there the traditional way, which I kind of told you, unless I'm doing some off-camera work, I'm going to do everything I can in my power to do it that way. We're still going to need a front loader, right? So we've got 8,000. That'll almost get us to the front loader, the full amount. I'm talking about the attacher and the actual, the arm. But we still have to get the, the actual log fork, and the bale trailer, right? So we need a lot more money than we currently have. Now that trailer load of trees that I'm taking up there, I'm not positive that it's going to actually get us the amount of money we need. I'm hopeful, but I kind of am skeptical that that's actually going to happen. But we'll see, right? We'll see. Now, one of my subscribers came up with a great idea in the comments. I believe it was the last episode. If it wasn't, it was the one before that. Once I get this field, fully plowed up, right? Created it into a field, then maybe turn on the GPS and then go around the outside with it, and it might help me, straighten out the field a little bit. That's a great idea. We'll give it a shot. See if that works. Yeah, hopefully you're doing well. Not going to bring up too much more, but we decided to put my grandma on hospice, so it's not many days left, unfortunately. And I was planning to not even do this video, honestly, but I decided, you know what, I need to get my mind off of it, so let's go ahead and do it. So whenever I have the time and I can get my mind off things, I'm going to do these videos. It does get my mind off of it, right? I can discuss with you in the comments too, and just think of ideas and enjoy something, because I enjoy doing Farming Simulator. So anyway, I have expanded the field a little bit, as you can tell over there. Now, we've got some more stumps to get rid of. I've also found some more stumps in the process that we did not get rid of before. So we'll have to take care of that today as well, which is fine. We're probably not going to be able to plant any grass in here today, unfortunately, unless something drastic changes, and it might, but I don't think we're going to have enough money to do everything I just said, right? I want to get a front loader. We need a bale trailer, but really it depends on how much money we get out of the bales, right? There's a lot of bales here, so there's a good chance, I guess, that we could get a drill. It's going to depend on the bales. The bales are the thing we need, right? They're going to be either our big money maker or we're not going to make enough money. Who knows? Now, our tractor also needs some service, and servicing this thing is not going to be cheap. It's probably going to be 8 to 10 grand at this point, I would think. We're about halfway down. I'm going to try to run it for a little bit longer. I don't want to run it all the way to the end. I obviously don't want it to break down on us, but I'm going to hopefully be able to get the rest of this field done and possibly a couple more trips to the selling point here. But we'll see. Now, there have been some new mods that have come out. I'm pretty excited about it. One is basically it's a mod for the actual in-game roads that you run into or see, kind of like in Zlanka or any of the other ones, right? Instead of it just me trying to make roads, you've got in-game roads you can put in. So it's not really underpainting, but it's similar, right? It's a similar area. So I'm going to give that a shot, I think, at some point. I already said for a fact I wanted to put a road over there, right, between our little pond area and between this field. So we'll do that at some point. It probably won't be today because it does cost money. But soon enough, right? I'm excited for that mod. I think that's an awesome mod to add to the farm here. And a couple other things that I installed. I'm not sure if we're going to utilize them anytime soon, but I did install them, and maybe we utilize them on another series. Who knows? Oh, there's another stump right there we found. See that? Some of these trees I cut down really low to the ground, so I was wanting to get all the wood I can get out of them, and they're hard to see even when you're doing one of these things where you're trying to, from a bird's eye view, see where they are. So the best way to find them is just doing this, right? Plowing it up, and then we can just come back over here and with the stump grinder and take care of it. Now, it is going to depress the ground here or leave our tire marks in the ground, right? But that's all right. It's not that big of a deal. We're already leaving some of those as it is at the end here. So this should be a pretty decent-sized grass field here when it's done, and a lot of you had thoughts and comments on the reason why the grass doesn't grow there, and a couple people said it's because they're, it's forestry ground, and that might be what it is, but I can tell you for a fact some of this, at least over here to the left here in the middle, there were no trees there at all. So I guess maybe they just painted forestry ground there, but there were no trees there. So you wouldn't think it would be forestry ground over there if there's no trees there, but I guess that is probably what it is. There's a number of trees I have over here as well. You can see them kind of stacked up here. Well, sort of stacked up, I guess. And there's one tree over there by itself, and you might be asking yourself, why is there one little tiny tree over there by itself? Well, the answer could be that I just, I was cutting one down and I was utilizing the winch to get it back up to the shop to make some money. And that partially is true. The other part of it is that is a perfect 6-meter tree. Cut tree. Perfect 6 meters. And so what I had the idea to do was, I don't know if it'll happen today or not, maybe. But what I had the idea to do was to take that tree and find an area where we're going to probably consistently be cutting our trees down, right? Whatever that area is. And then take the tree and paint the length of the tree. So the 6-meter length. One, put gravel down or whatever I want to put. Doesn't matter. Whatever. Something that's not grass, obviously. Whatever. Right? Something that's easy to see. And then pull it ahead or back, either way. And use a different color of paint and paint another length of that log for 6 meters, right? And then if I do that 3 or 4 times, I can then just bring a tree over there, a full tree. I know exactly where to cut it. As long as I have it lined up properly, I know exactly where to cut it. Since I'm on console, I don't have that luxury of being able to, you know when to cut the tree at the perfect time. So I think that's the best approach for us. So I'm going to give it a shot. Maybe it doesn't come out as I'm expecting, but that's what I'm going to go for and see how it works. I think it'll work well. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. Now, a couple other things that I want to try to get, incorporated here very, very soon. I've talked about a greenhouse already. We are going to do that at some point. It keeps getting put off, but it's going to be put in at some point. The other thing, which makes the most sense, and I'm sure you already are aware of that, is sheep or goats, right? We've got grass, right? We're going to have more grass. We're going to turn this into a grass field, at least for the foreseeable future, because we've got to get enough money to buy a harvester before we can do anything else. But we can do those animals. We've got that water tank as well, so that'll help us with those too. So I think that's kind of the next approach here. Once we actually get this field solidified and get grass into it, growing, and maybe a few other minor things on the farm, we'll start incorporating those animals in. I might do both. I might do goats and sheep. I don't know. I'm already doing goats on the Triple Threat Challenge series. And I have said this many times in FS22. I don't know how many times I've said it in FS25 or not, but I do attempt, I like to, whenever I can, and it's not always possible, but whenever I can, I like to do different things in each series. And what I mean by that is use different equipment, different productions, different animals, whatever. Not always going to be the case. Prime example of that is what we're utilizing right now, right? This subsoiler, which can be used as a plow. We're having to utilize this one in a lot of different series because it's really the best option we have right now. There's very few mods out there for us that are reasonable. And I've mentioned a number of times before, I like the pull behinds like this versus the staggered. It's just personal preference. We're nearly done with this field, and it's not, I didn't do a terrible job on the line, the outside lines there. I really didn't, but it could be better. It could be better for sure. A little too far there. Now, we've got a few more trees over here to get rid of. Ideally, we'd, continue to expand this field out as we get rid of more trees. The growing stages may not be 100% correct for a while, and that's fine, but, just continue to make the grass field larger and larger and larger, because it's technically an unlimited resource once it's down. Yeah, I have to put some more fertilizer down on it if I want to get the best yield out of it, but I don't really necessarily have to, right? I could just let it grow as it is. Now, there's going to be a lot of stumps over here in this area because this is an area that we expanded just between the last episode and now, right? So there's going to be a lot over here, but we'll take care of them. That's not going to be a big deal. Now, there are still a lot more of those small trees in there. You can probably see a few of them from here. But I did get rid of a lot. I'm telling you, there's probably, of the small trees on that trailer, there's probably, if I had to guess, 60 on there probably. There's a lot. Now, I didn't really trim them down. Most of those small trees are somewhere between the 5 and the 7 width. If you trim most of those down, they just remove part of the tree altogether as it is. So I'm just going to leave them as a full tree, and we'll just get what we get. I have no idea what I'm going to get out of this. Like I said, I'm hoping to get 8,000 to 10,000 out of it. I think that's a win if we do, because they're very small trees, right? So there's not a whole lot of, tree there, I guess is what I should say. There's not a whole lot of tree there, right? So you can't really expect a ton. It's not like they're the thick trees that we've been trying to take down. There are still a few of them in there. They're hard to get to, so getting rid of some of these smaller trees will make it a little bit easier for us to drive in there and get to them. We're just going to leave that there right now. We're just kind of making a makeshift yard over here, aren't we? Let's hook up the stump grinder here. Now there is a new wood chip mod that came out. Very similar to that one I was originally was going to buy when I read it wrong, right? I thought I could take the stumps and get wood chips out of it. It's very similar to that, a much cheaper option than that. If we get this front loader sorted out, we may attempt to you know, aim for that at some point as well, since we have a good chunk of trees, right? Wood chips make us a lot more money. So we might end up going for that. It really just depends. It depends how many trees we have left once we start getting the, you know, the log cabin going, right? We've got to get a sawmill to get that going. And similar to, you know, other series, we might have to just utilize that really cheap one and maybe put down a few of them. Well, I say really cheap one. It's not cheap, but the really slow one, right? The $36,000 slow one, the small one. We may have to just do it and suffer through it. Because, I mean, it's going to take us a long time to get to 100 and whatever it is, 180,000, whatever it was. I think it was 180,000. Now, I'm probably still going to miss some in here, even. Like, even with having this all, you know, taken care of, it's probably still going to be hard to see all of them, right? You're going to miss some, for sure. Okay, is that it? Let's see. Let's go to construction here. Let's see if we can see any more, potentially. There's one. Okay, so to the left of me, anything else over here? Yep, there and there. Okay. Anything else? I think that's it, though. I think we checked these over here, and I think we got these pretty good down here. It's worth a quick look, though, while we're here, right? Okay. So let's go take care of this guy first, and then we'll come back to the other ones. No, there's two of them over here, actually. Alright. Really destroying all the plowed up area over here, aren't I? Oh well. I think we got them all. Alright, let's go put this away. So that field's ready to go. We just got to put something on the ground there and it's ready to go. So let's go grab this trailer. I'll show you truly how big it is. And there's that little stump there, that little tree that I was talking about. That is a perfectly 6 meter width. That's probably the only time I've ever got a perfect one. I cut it perfectly. 6 meters length, which is what you want, right? 6 meters is what you're looking for. That's the best price you're going to get at the sell point. There also, speaking of sell points, there also was a mod that came out that allows you to turn any building, well, it's just an outside selling point basically, but you can turn any building you want into a sell point. So that's certainly something we should probably look at doing in the future, right? So we don't have to drive so far when we want to sell something. Obviously, if it's a good enough price, we will. But that'll save a lot of wear and tear on the tractor as well, right? If we are able to just put a sell point on our land, it's huge, right? Huge. So we could just put down some kind of decorative or decorative. It was easy for me to say, decorative building, right, and utilize that as our sell point. We've done that prior in FS22 for sure, right? Put down a building and try to utilize it as a sell point. So it's nice that that has been added to Mod Hub. So quite a few trees here. Like I said, I think for a fact I probably could have put another 10 probably on here, but when you strap it down, it's getting a little It's getting a little dicey now. Things were starting to shake and stuff. You've seen what I'm talking about. Like, it starts glitching a little bit. I didn't want to tempt anymore. I didn't want to have another game-breaking bug. There have been a few, and I've kind of figured it out. Or at least for me, I've narrowed it down to where mine is. Whenever I use the winch, there's like an I don't know, like an invisible thing on the back that looks like you can attach something, right, or remove something. If you look at that when you try to pull the winch out, the whole game crashes all the way back to the dashboard, whatever. So that for me is the thing. Whenever I get the winch out, I just don't really look at the winch. I look at the tree logs. I don't look at the winch. I push the button, the thumbstick button for me, and wait for the winch to pop up, and then I just attach it, and then I move on. All right, we're going to go in first-person view here for a minute. I'm going to try to do the best I can to drive this in here at an angle where I can come in and turn like I normally do, right? Try to get all the trees in here as much as possible. All right. Let's see what happens here, gang. Let's hope for 8, pray for 10. 9,000. Okay, so in the middle. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm actually very happy with that. All right, so 9 grand. I think the biggest problem we're going to have is I don't know why I kept making that latching sound, or the strap sound. It was like on repeat there for a second. That was weird. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do, so there is a couple of mods that came out. One of them, well, I've mentioned already a bunch of them. One of the mods that I'm going to put on the farm, I just don't really know where I want to put it yet. It's a mod for us to be able to repair our equipment without having to pay the extra fee here, right? So we're going to do that back at our farm instead of repairing the tractor here. Now, I don't know if we're going to have enough to even repair it or not, but we'll see. Let's do a quick save here before I buy anything, just in case we get a game-breaking crash that's not, you know, what I just said, right? In case it happens. I've heard a lot of other people are having the same issue, right? They're having a lot of issues with the game crashing all of a sudden after the most recent update. So we certainly don't want that to occur. I think I'm going to go with the Hauer. Well, I think well, you know what? I think I'm going to have to go over here anyway right now. I guess in the future I don't have to. I was going to say I'm going to have to go over here anyway because I have to customize it, right? So I can actually install the attachment to utilize a front loader, right? We're going to have to custom... Oh, man, that's expensive. $9,000 to repair it. Oh, that's pricey. The front loader is $1,500. Yeah, it's going to pretty much take up all our money. So we're not going to be able to repair the tractor yet. We're going to have to take some more trees up to be able to do that. That's a little unfortunate. Okay, configuration has changed. We're down to 15. Not really ideal, but that's alright. So 9,000. Okay. And we've got 6,857 to work with, which is not enough to repair it, but it should be enough to get a log fork. The bale handler would be nice too, right? We really need that for the trailer, right? Because we're going to sell some stuff here. I think it's going to be doing some more logging work first, more than likely. I guess we could do the bale handler, though. It's a square baler. We don't want that. I mean, maybe we do... Maybe we do the bale handler. Maybe we do it. So, how much is a trailer? Hold on a second. Let's talk through this for a minute here, gang. Let's see. Oh, I did get some auto load trailers. I don't think we're going to utilize them here. I don't really want to go that approach, since I already have liftable bale and pallet mods on, which again I'm going to use that off camera. But so what are we looking at? 425. It would be very close. We could do it, but it'd be close. Is there anything else? Is there any other cheaper trailers? No, not really. That one's $6,000. That's going to take every bit of money we have. I think we go with a log fork. We take another load of logs up here, and we go from there. I think that's the approach. And then after that, we'll get the bales taken care of. I think that's the way we're going to go. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the log fork. Log fork. Log fork. The log fork. Let's do the log fork. Here we go. Let's do it. Alright, these is 3,857. That's not terrible. That's not a terrible. I might have to go around in a circle here. This thing is, what do you call it? I'm blanking on the name of it, where you can't really back it up. It kind of fork knifes. Alright, I will see you at the farm. Alright, we're going to try something different here first off. Since I already have all these over here, it's going to be kind of hard for me to line up anything to try to spray paint and, you know, figure out sizes. I'm going to try something else first here. I probably, now that I did this, actually, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Okay, I think I need to switch the weight around here for a minute. The weight's always been on the front for the longest time because we're utilizing, right, the winch, and I was trying to help offset, you know, the weight on the back of the winch versus the front of the tractor. But now that we're going to be picking up logs, the more, I don't necessarily know if I'd call it the traditional way, but the more standard way, in Farming Simulator at least, probably need to put the weight on the back. Now what I'm going to do here is, like I said, a little bit different than what I had just talked about, but eventually we're going to get to that. I'm going to try to pick these up, and if it'll let me, that's only going to let me pick up one. That's fine. I was going to say, I'm going to try to pick up one, and I want to see, because I haven't tested this at all. If this trailer, right, if I put one in and I try to line it up as best I can here, right, with the front of it being, you know, over here. If this trailer, you know, is 6 meters or something, right, if I cut the end of it off, if it's an actual 6 meter, then I'm in much better shape, right? I can just throw those down there, chop the end off there, and if we have a 6 meter piece of wood, then I don't really necessarily need that. I mean, I might still do it, just, you know, just to have it if we need it later on for some reason. But if I chop it here, well, that leaves us with 6.6. I mean, I didn't really cut it perfectly, so I think if I had this, you know, even with this, maybe that probably would have been 6 meters, I would think, right? So I think I might have found a winner here. Let's try it one more time here. So if that's the case, then we're in a much better position. I can just start you know, picking them up, loading them up there, and then I can just chop them once they get up there, right? Why is it not closing the forks at all? There we go. I would love to be able to pick them up more, but it seems like it's not going to allow me to pick up more than one here. Could be for a number of different reasons, right? But let's see if we can line this up a little bit better here. We're figuring stuff out on the fly here, gang. Ooh, just run into the trailer there, Z. Good job, buddy. Okay. So let's see here. That's about lined up as perfect as I could possibly put it with this one. So if we cut this one a little bit shorter than we did, right? Where I can hear maybe. there, probably. 5.8. That's about as close as I can get, really. If these are lined up, I mean, it's one that's just barely sticking out, and you're going to be good. That's good. That's really good. We got this sorted out here. Awesome. Okay. Well, gang, I'm going to continue on here. I don't really need to, I don't think, put a time-lapse in of me picking up these trees and putting them on there. We'll get another trailer load filled up. And we might have to knock down some more trees. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll keep at it. And I'll be back with you once I have a decent load ready to go there. Okay? Alright, I better not tempt any more than that. We're already partially going over the fork wires there. We probably could do it, but I don't want to cause any more mayhem. I want to make sure we get there in one piece. So, quite a lot of logs there. They're all relatively close to the same size. They're not all perfectly 6 meters, but they're very close. Some are 5.8, some are 6.4 or whatever, but they're very, very close, and there's a few, obviously, the ones that are sticking way out here that are probably a little bit bigger than that, but they're so small that I don't think it really matters. They're kind of like those small trees we could pick up by hand, right? So, we'll see. Hopefully this is a good payday. We need it. We need to service the tractor, and we need that bale trailer so we can go sell those bales today. We're certainly not going to, unfortunately, get to being able to probably drill a field today. Getting up there in time, no time lapse or anything like that in this episode today, so but we'll see, right? We'll see. Maybe we at least purchase it. I doubt it, but we'll see what we get from the bales, right? That's the next step, is to get a trailer for the bales and a bale handler or whatever, and yeah, service the tractor, which servicing the tractor is like 10 grand, right? So we need a good payday from this wood here. I suspect it's going to be closer to 8,000. I think I want more, but that's what I think we're going to get. These trees are certainly bigger than what we had brought up before, but there's not a ton of trees there, so we will see. All right, here we go. Fingers crossed, gang. Come on, give us something good here. 11,076. That's much better than I thought we were going to get. I was thinking 8. Oh, man, that's awesome. Okay, good. We should be able to accomplish everything we want to accomplish then today. Well, realistically, we should be able to. So we need to get this bale handler. I don't really know which one I should be getting here. This one seems like it would be easier for me, but it does mean we need the bales to be the other way, right? The other way around. Which I can buy that upgrade for the baler. I mean, it's not, or the wrapper, I should say. It's not. Okay, we got that. Let's get the trailer of some sort. Really, I want a bigger trailer, but I don't think we can really afford it right now. These trailers, like this trailer would be nice. It's a little bit, actually, is it bigger? I don't know. Now that I look at it, I don't think it's any bigger than this one, is it? I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Yeah, it has to be, right? It has to be. The only other option we could look at is low loaders. No, there's nothing out there. Yeah. Unless there's something in... Is there still a miscellaneous category? I don't even know. I haven't even looked, to be honest with you. Yeah. Can this be a flatbed? That's huge. Can this be a flatbed? Flatbed trailer? It's got an extension. Whoa. Can you put stuff up that high? That's weird. Why would that be so much higher than what that is? That's weird. You cannot. So... Could we get bales in there? With the bale handler, I would say yes, right? Does it have... It looks like it's got straps on it too, doesn't it? Definitely has straps. I mean, there's a chance there. It's not flat. It's not a flatbed, though. But that could be very useful in the future. I mean, that's a pretty big trailer. I feel like I could probably stagger, you know, bales onto that, and that would be less trips. Do we attempt it? What's design mean? What does that do? Oh, it puts the front up. Oh, that's nice. I don't really think I want to spend the money on it right now. Does it cost us money to change the color? I'd like this blue color. It does cost money to change the color. Well, we're not going to spend the money to change the color. We're just leave it at red then. What about the rims? Does it charge the rims too? Does not charge the rims, so we could do some rim color changing, I guess. What is this? Was this black? Jet black. I like jet black. 9.5. Buying this though does not allow us to service the tractor, and that's a. It's not a. I mean, it's not going to be a problem we need right now, but it will be soon. Now it depends on, I guess, how much we make from these bales, right? Maybe we can figure that out, or at least have an idea of it. Let's see. Where is silage at? Is it in the fruit types, or is it down below? That must be down below. Okay. There it is. It's not great. 357. It's not terrible, but 357 per 1,000 liters, right? I'd love to put the bales on this trailer. That would be funny, right? I wonder if that could actually even I bet it can't. I mean, it does have straps, though, so maybe it can. That might sound stupid. I'm going to try it, gang. It might sound really stupid to even attempt that, but I'm going to try it. I feel like I could get 3 on here, and then we could stack them on top. And if I'm able to do that, while it's not the most ideal situation, it would save us a good chunk of money. And eventually, obviously, we'd get there where we were able to have a better bale trailer, right? I'm going to try it. If it doesn't work, well, we're back to the drawing board anyway, right? So I'm going to leave the fork up here for now, the log fork up here for right now. We'll pick up the bale, whatever you want to call it. Bale loader thing, whatever it is. Nope, not the whole thing. There you go. Alright, I'll see you at the farm. Let's give this a shot. If it doesn't work, we'll go back to square one and buying that small little trailer, which means a lot of trips. Alright, gang, so it's working. It is working. It's not the most elegant or the most perfect, but it is working. There's a section on the right side that I was able to kind of keep them all the same height. The one on the left here, unfortunately, it's just I couldn't get it to stay. So it's not the same height as the other ones. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for me to stack these. But I don't think it's going to be a major problem. I think if I do it like that, we should be good. Yeah. But you can see what I'm talking about, right? So these are, well, they're not exactly the same level of height, but they're close enough that you could stack them on top of each other. This one is significantly higher than that one. So not really going to work, but, you know, it will work, I guess. Not when I say not really going to work. It's going to work, but it's not really going to work as I had initially thought it was going to. But it's still going to save us some money, at least for a little while, right? Eventually, we're not going to do this. We're going to get a legitimate trailer, but to save ourselves a few bucks right now, we're going to do it this way. Because not only will I be able to service our tractor, which we'll need it here very soon, we'll be able to also save up to get a bigger one, right? So I think it makes sense. Now, I don't know how many trips we're gonna have to make here. It could be a lot. I really don't know. I think we got all the ones over here though, so we can move over there. I don't know if you noticed it or not. Probably not, but it's not raining anymore, so it's not as noticeable as it was, I guess. It's still kind of a subtle effect, but the rain that's on the bales, on the silage bales, it's kind of cool, right? It's a neat little effect here. I don't know if you can actually see it here or not. I guess you kind of can right there if you look close enough. It's kind of cool. Like, I didn't really notice that at all. Well, I really haven't done bales yet. I haven't done silage bales for sure until now, but It's a cool little effect they added on there. I don't remember if that was in FS22 or not. I feel like it might have been, but maybe I just really didn't pay attention to it. I don't know. Anyway. Now what I'm having to do, which I talked about already, is just kind of come up to the bales here, right, and pick them up, because they're liftable, right? I've got that mod on. And then just kind of flip them up that way. And what we'll end up doing is getting the, or spending the money, at least on the wrapper. We'll probably do it on both, though. Because if we start to do animals, right, we're going to probably utilize that same front loader tool, right, to grab them. So we really want them to be facing that way. It's much easier for me to pick them up when they're that way. And they won't roll off, obviously, right? So that's the thing. You don't want them rolling everywhere. When you try to put them on a trailer. And it certainly would not work for this trailer if they weren't sitting this way. It would not work at all. So it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to do the trick, so... Yeah, good. I was going to say, that did lock on up there, didn't it? So I think... Well, I just knocked that one over. Well, that was great. Good job, Z. So I think, actually, we're going to have to do 2 trips. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we can put on 9, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can actually put on 10 there comfortably. I don't know, we might even be able to do another row, but since we're going to have to make another trip anyway, we won't be able to go higher than another row. And then the next row we do probably is only going to have 2. Maybe there's a chance for 3, but more than likely it would only be 2 if we were to go up another row from where we currently are. So since we have to make another trip, there's no reason to really try there, right? So... Ooh, Z, don't run into it. Good thing I had the straps on. That would have been a disaster if the straps weren't on. Okay, let's close that up. Let's go strap this down, and we should be good to go and sell these. Like I said, hopefully we get a good amount of money out of this, because that'll really help us. really help us. And we need to buy a drill. Now we might not, I don't know if I mentioned this already or not, I think I did, but if I didn't, I'm going to say it again really quick. We may not take all of those bales up today. We might save some of those bales, right? For potentially the next episode or whatever. We'll see. I'm going to drop this off, which is not really where I want it. I'm just going to drop it off right here for now. Because we need to pick up that fork while we're up there anyway, right? So, might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So, I will see you at the shop. We're pulling up here, gang. I almost went to the sawmill. We've just been doing nothing but sawmill stuff, so I almost went to the sawmill, which was a mistake. So it's here, I think. Well, I'm assuming that's the only sell point, right? Yeah, farmer's market. Let's just make sure silage is here before I unhook or unstrap these, I should say, and they all fall off, and then I have a disaster trying to get them back on. I went way too far. Yeah, farmer's market. So it should be right behind us, okay? Okay, so if I unstrap them... Nothing. Okay. I'm going to strap them back, because I don't want to cause issues with all of them. If I'm going to mess one up, I just want to mess up one of them, if that makes sense. Let's unstrap this guy, I guess. Because he's the safest one, I think, to unstrap. Let me climb up here. Okay. What? 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 Okay, what? Why is this not selling here? Silage Farmer's Market. That's where we are. Do I have to unwrap it? What? Where do I sell these at? Oh boy. Well, now what do I do? I've got all these bales and I can't do anything with them. What? Oh boy. Okay. Well, I guess we gotta take it back then. I don't know where else to go. I mean, I guess that means I have to buy it. I don't even know if it's gonna work though. I gotta buy a selling point maybe? Maybe I could put these in a... Yeah, that wouldn't make sense either, I don't think. Okay, somehow I got that up there. Not really sure how that worked, but okay, we'll take it. We're not gonna complain. What? What do I do? Oh, man. If I just did all this for no reason, man, this is gonna be... This is terrible. This is gonna suck. Shit. What do we do, gang? Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna head back to the farm. I guess I have to figure something out. I guess I'll try a sell point and see if they'll sell. I don't know if they will. The little one I was talking about earlier in the episode, right, where I said, you know, you could... the mod came out where you can turn something else into a selling point, right? I guess we're gonna have to go that approach. It's $5 grand. So it's not cheap, but I guess we're gonna have to go that approach. All right, I'm really puzzled by that, gang. That's very frustrating. Okay, well, I'm gonna do a quick save here. I want to make sure what I do here doesn't cause more mayhem, because you never know, right? You just never know right now with the way the game is, the situation and the game state. Ooh, I'm in the right area. I'm not even in the right area. The game state here. I don't remember what it's under. Is it under selling? Well, it's got to be under sell points. I don't know why I was in that area. Selling station 2. Is silage in here? That's the question. If silage isn't in here, then we are boned. We are absolutely boned. I sure don't see silage in there. Do you? Shit. We got straw, but no silage. Shit! What are we gonna do? We got all this silage, we can't do a damn thing with it. Farmer's market have it in it? More expensive, but if it has it in it, then I mean, it's fine. We'll go with it, right? Sure doesn't look like it. Nope. Nope. Well, oh man, this is about as terrible as you can get right here. I don't know what to do with this. Unless we can find, you know, some way to turn this into... Some way to put the bales... To break them up and put them into like a silo or something and then dump that into a trailer, but... I don't know why I would be even looking in fences. Why am I even looking in fences? There's not going to be anything in fences. Others, maybe? I doubt it. Nope. Here's the roads I was talking about, right? Kind of cool. Those are all decoration. There ain't going to be anything in there. Shit. Those are outrageous. There's no way we're going to be anywhere near that anytime soon. This may have just put our entire plans on hold here, gang. If we can't sell the silage... Why can we not sell the silage? First of all, why? It says it can be sold there. But it's not breaking it apart from the bales for some reason. I don't know what to do. I don't... I mean, I guess I could try... I don't think this is going to work, but I guess I could try one of these, but we don't have enough money to do it even right now, even if we wanted to. I'm going to go off camera, not on this map. I'm going to go on a completely different map. I'm going to test this out. I'm going to see if I can put them in here and see if we're able to store... I doubt it. I mean, I'm like 1% chance that that's actually going to work. I'm 99% positive that's not going to work. If without that, I don't know what else to do without that. I mean, I really do not. Multi-fruit and liquid silo. Bale on pallet storage. Okay, fine, but that just stores them. It doesn't really do anything else. I mean, I don't know, gang. I really, I just don't know. I don't even know what to do here. I don't even know what to do. This is the first time I've ever run into this issue. Alright, let me go off camera. I'm just going to test it. It's not going to work. I'm going to test it, though. Okay. I did run a test, gang. It does work. It actually does put the silage into the silo. So I think if we go that approach, I still have to test it, I guess, but I think if we go that approach and get a trailer of some sort, we should be able to do it. It's not really the way I wanted to go about it, but it should be able to happen. The biggest problem right now is that it costs us 30 grand to do that, right? And then plus whatever the actual trailer is going to cost. So probably like 40 grand. So we got to get rid of a lot more trees really to get to that point, and I'm going to have to move those bales off there, right? And restack them again, which is less than ideal. But nevertheless, it does work. At least we know that. Before we end the episode, though, I'm going to do one other thing. It's kind of what I told you I was going to do initially, right? Well, early on, I guess I should say. Not initially. So there's a vehicle workshop here. There's a $5,000 one, and then there's this one. I'm going to put this one in. Now, it's probably not going to be exactly where I want it to be. I'm going to be honest with you. Because we still really haven't figured out, you know, fully where things are going to be yet. We're still kind of early on figuring everything out, right? So where I put this is probably not going to continue to stay there. But for now, we're going to put it over here. Actually, do I need to be... Is it... I'm assuming... Do I climb up it? I'm assuming you do. Why wouldn't you, right? I don't know. There's enough room there. Let's put it there. Again, it's not perfect. But it's only $700, and it'll allow us to fix up the tractor here, which... It still has a little bit of time left, but I really don't want it to get any worse. It will continue to deteriorate faster, and we really want this to be our workhorse for quite a while here. So I'm going to spend the money fixing it up. $11 grand. Oh my sweet goodness. Is it even worth doing? 11 grand. Yikes. Well, I mean, I guess we got to do it, right? Alright, it's fixed up. And we're going to leave the episode there, gang. The ending was not exactly how I anticipated or how I wanted it to go. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. We're going to have to work our butt off here to get... to get some more trees sold. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot, gang. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.